Hi everyone, it's Mercedes, and for my junior seminar project, I've looked into riparian buffer zones and the conservation of them. In this video, I will discuss the important aspects to consider about riparian buffer zones, as well as a more specific case for the city of Keene, New Hampshire. To begin, I will start by defining what a riparian buffer zone is. Riparian buffer zones are the diversely and highly specialized vegetated areas adjacent to a river or inland body of water. They are important for filtering out contaminants from nearby land. They are also integral to have near the river systems that flow near agricultural land, as they are helpful for filtering out excess nutrients introduced from fertilizers and animal waste. Riparian buffer zones offer many integral functions. They are important for the prevention of erosion by capturing sediment from runoff. They are also responsible for nitrogen fixing. This nitrogen can come from agricultural fertilizers as well as from animal waste. They also capture the majority of phosphorus that comes from agricultural runoff. Excess phosphorus can lead to eutrophication, which is excessive plant growth due to abnormally high nutrient content in the water. This excessive plant growth can lead to lack of oxygen in the water, resulting in the death of aquatic animal species. They are also beneficial at preventing flooding as they provide stability to the riverbanks. As you can probably tell, there's a very clear ecological need for riparian buffer zones. As previously mentioned, they provide many essential functions to their ecosystems. Not only are they crucial for filtering out excess nutrients and contaminants, they provide shelter and a source of food for aquatic species found in the river. They also provide stability to the riverbank, which prevents erosion. This stability is due to the plant's roots along the edge of the rivers. Finally, we get into the conservation aspect of my project. To narrow it down, I've included a slide on how to protect riparian ecosystems. Riparian ecosystems are one of the most underprotected ecosystems to date. Conservation of these sites will include the development of detailed management plans that are site-specific, long-term monitoring, and prevention of invasive species. It is also necessary to establish protected areas along the edges of rivers and prevent development there. One small thing that can be done to create a domino effect is the education of locals. If locals are aware of the damage being done to these crucial ecosystems, they are more likely to aid in their protection. The second half of my project focused on learning about the riparian ecosystems in Keene, New Hampshire, in preparation for an internship that I will be completing with the Ashwellet River Local Advisory Committee this fall. The first portion of this involved me learning about the river systems in Keene. To do this, I used GIS to create a map of the city of Keene, as shown on the screen. In this map, we display the rivers, ponds, swamps, and elevation throughout the city of Keene. It is known that the city of Keene is nestled in a valley located next to Mount Monadnock. As you can see on the map, the higher elevations are noted by the lighter colors, being yellow, and the lower elevations being the darker colors, demonstrated by blues, greens, and reds. As you can see, closer to the rivers, which are the blue lines throughout the map, the elevation decreases. This is consistent with the structure of a riparian buffer zone. One interesting thing that I learned while making this map was that before you even laid the rivers on it, and you just have the elevation, you can predict where the rivers will be based solely on the elevation. As you can see, most of the rivers show even just a slight shadow of increased color. This is due to the lower elevations. Also included on my map are the lakes located in Keene, denoted by the solid blue shapes on the map. I also included the swamps, which are located here and here and here. Through learning about the conservation of riparian buffer zones, I noticed that there was a drastic need for this in the city of Keene, since it is such a highly populated area. It is important to consider the conservation of these ecosystems and their protection. Without riparian buffer zones, contaminants from the city of Keene may enter the Ashwellet River, which is connected to the entire Connecticut River watershed. Using previously mentioned conservation efforts, we can continue to protect our city and our water sources. This has been my presentation. Thank you all for listening.